Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowFool here in Cities Skylines. But today, we need to kind of finish up some of the connections to our highway system on the opposite side of the water. Now, in the last few episodes, we've been really growing the brand new industrial area, which is our wood industry. It's all gone to plan. It's running smoothly right now, and we are making ever so much more cash than we've done before. We're getting to the point where we're ready to start implementing some of the unique factories, and we also played around with the kind of the waterfall-ish rivery thing. We're going to see what that's getting up to right now, but we are back, baby! And welcome back to another episode. If you are enjoying this series so far, then make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But this is what we've been working on the last couple of episodes. Last episode, we managed to get the majority of the industry all implemented, and it looks really good. I like some of the way we've done some of the designs of the train loops, the road loops, everything all connects smoothly. It looks really, really good, and I'm quite happy with it. Well, today, we're going to hopefully get the end of this highway bent all the way around and connected up down to here. Get some of these road connections sorted out as well. And look at the water. We've managed to get rid of all the canals that were I had to put down there to stop the flooding. But the water looks really, really good right now, doesn't it? It's coming seeping down the kind of the mountainous areas all the way down from here, all the way up here and down there. It follows all the nooks and crannies of the natural way that the map was, even to this point here where it kind of splits and goes left and right. I really like it. I don't know how long it's going to be like this because some of the water in here has come from when I deleted the canals. But we'll see how it falls. There is still like a few little bits and bobs I can add it in. There's like a little bit of a waterfall area that drops under the train line bridge there that we can maybe implement. A little bit of a stream down here we can kind of also add into. But I want to see how this settles. It looks really, really good. And I don't know if I'll ever dam any of the areas, but it would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Well, anyway, let's forget about that for just a moment because we need to finish up this highway coming all the way through. Now, currently, the highway enters from three directions. Over this bridge here, through the tunnel of the mountainous area over here, and obviously across the big waterworks just there, and that's how we kind of get in. We have a huge backlog right now of ships wanting to get in. What's going on here, boys? What's going on here then, boys? I have no idea. I think we're having a mass import going on right now. That's normally what happens. But once they get into this area, to actually go anywhere, they've got to go round here, round and down, because we don't have this end of the highway situation kind of finalized just yet. We have a couple of ways that we can enter. The only way we can enter into the city is either turning off here, which enters in, and just there. They're the only three ways. Oh, you can kind of say four if you turn off here and enter on the roundabout as well. You can say there's four there. But that's pretty much what we have. And what we want to do today is end this highway by bending it round. I might have to trim some of this area down here to connect up to a trumpet there. So we've got this nice little loop that goes around of our downtowny area. And then do one more connection. Rather than this road bend into there, I'm going to have it bend this way. And as the highway goes across there, we do our connection there as well. Just to kind of give us a few additional options of trying to, you know, enter and exit this area. To be honest with you, we have this quite close by, so I don't know how we'll add this in. Maybe I even do another trumpet there, like how I've done over here to kind of end it. Ooh, ideas. Anyway, boys, so what we'll do, we'll first start by building the trumpet, because that's going to determine how the majority of this area is going to work. So what we'll do is we'll pull up the highway, and we'll build it like I normally build them with the back and forth singular two-way road. Now, where have I built that previously before? Both here. Okay, great example, Seniac. You've already built them. So we'll go up by 10, and we'll build it from here. So if I come out of 10 by there, which there's a 12 to there is a, yeah, it's a 12. Sorry. So if I go over by a 22, I know it's 10 from both sides of the road to the end. That makes my life a little bit easier. And we'll bend it around then. So we've gone up by a 10. I might go out by, we'll do a 5 to kind of go a little bit longer. And we'll do a 6 by 6. Just give us that little bit of extra length to kind of make that turn around. And that will then pretty much lead down. Now I'll sort out all the elevations in time. That's a 15 away. But if I come down by a 6, yeah, we'll come down by a 6 and we'll roll with it from there. So if I go, for example, Right, if I went here and did a 4x4, if I can do it, 4x4, and then do the same there, a 4, if I can snap in, 4x4. Now, because these are not aligned to that entry point, we're going to select them both, move them down, including the tree, and then that will kind of ease us with the turning radius into this area. So that one will go that way. Hold on. And that would go there. And then we'll connect this in via a 6. We'll connect you in via a 6. So let me just sort all this out then, because now it's a little bit all over the place. We've got to flip some of this around like that. And we're just going to sort out some of these bends as well. So these are our 2 entry points to this side of the highway. So really down to there, bringing this up as well. Oh, that went a bit funky, didn't it? There we go. If we bend you out, bend you out, and then do I shorten that radius just ever so slightly. We've got to upgrade the road here for lane math, baby. Lane math. And there we go. As simple as that is it to be able to get onto this side of the road. So we're going to implement something very similar there. We'll sort out the elevation change real quick. Excuse me, sir. Elevation change. There we go. And we'll go from there, and we'll lead it to here. So that would kind of gradually go up in almost a 3% radius. And ta-da! So, while it's on our heads and on our brains and on our minds, we'll sort out the lane dictation. That really solves the traffic management there. It's making sure that everyone's in the correct lines as they approach through this. And then we'll build what we need to build on this side to get it all now connected. So these here, I think they got a little bit more freedom to kind of go a little bit bigger. So I could go down by an 8 by an 8 and then do the same here. 8 by 8. So a little bit more freedom to be a little bit more lively. And then we'll go in by a 6 like that, because we'll always bend it out anyway. So quickly flip this one. And then bend you out. Bend you out. And then upgrade this to a singular lane. Very good. So the lane math is all in there. And now we just need to bring these together. So when I say bring them together, what I mean is into a 2-lane system for the highway. So if I now kind of technically start thinking about building this. So we're going to go by a +10. And what is the kind of the gap between the two? I suppose it doesn't really matter, because once we come away from the train line, it's only that length because of the train line. But if I go and do a 10 here, and if I did in the same alignment there, what's that there? That's a 4. So that is technically the same, minus the train track we're going to have in the middle. But elsewhere, we've gone a little bit wider, haven't we? What's this gap here? That's a 3. So it's only one a little bit wide. I reckon we can get away with that. So what it's about right now is trying to figure out what works for us in terms of trying to bend this in. And if where we can kind of place in something for some type of connection. So I reckon we're going down a little bit further right now before we maybe start attempting some type of a bend. Because we're going to swoop this all the way around and in. Now I could bring it a bit further up, turn, and then turn in. So I can create a nice area to kind of work with. But I reckon this would just technically work anyway. So with that being said, I'm going to flip this around. So this is set up with the idea that there is space for the train line to go in the middle, but I don't really normally do it this wide. It's normally a little bit closer. There's nothing stopping me bringing it a little bit closer. So what I could do is try and select all of this first. Get rid of all of that. How do I oh no. No. Right, hold on. There. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go 1, 2, 3 ish. Should be a little bit closer. Who knows? Who knows at this point? But the point is, anyway, is to bring these now all together as one. And that's where the fun comes into play. So I've got the option to play the long game with this and then just do something like this. That and then that connects to there, while this connects to there. Now these are long stretches where it gets a little bit funky with how this is going to play out. So we'll have to upgrade you, and I reckon you as well. And then that's where the kind of alignments are now going to have a little bit of fun. So let's sort out the alignments first before we do anything else. So go to there, to there. Am I on the alignment tool? What am I on? No, I'm not even on the alignment tool, am I? Alright, you to there. You to there. You to there. How does that look? Because it doesn't look that bad. It actually doesn't look that bad. It just looks like stretched slightly. Let's see what will happen here then. So I know that this is like that. Bam, 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 bam. So you can see how the lane management works. If you're in the right lane, you're only going to the right. If you're in the left lane, you're going straight on, and vice versa, going backwards as well. I think that this, in a weird way, works with it being as stretched as it is. Normally I do it a little bit closer than that. Where have I done it over here? You see I've done it closer. But I like the stretched. I mean, this is a different one over here. This kind of goes into a 4-lane road. But I like the idea of that stretched one. Oh, I might start building like that in the future in general. Tell me more, tell me more. I like it. I actually really do like it. I'm very impressed. Okay. So now I'm going to figure out then where this comes into play. Because that's pretty much now all done. And also where we would then implement another connection there. I'm thinking if I did, like, say, this style of connection here for that road, it gives us the ability to then kind of continue over. But I don't know if I want to do that. So there might be another trumpet on the cards. Yeah. Okay. Right, let's get this connection up first anyway. So I could be really basic and just go, do you know what? Connection tool it is. And then what do we get out of this? I know I can kind of leave in some straightness to create this bold area to work. We can kind of keep this maybe some kind of nature park or something like that. But it's a case of how far down do you want to take it? Or do I want to go for the full shebang bend? I think the full shebang bend is probably the better option. So maximizing that all out there to there, and what you slowly see is the gap between, because it's wide for the train line, slowly deplete as it gets to here. Wait, hold on. As it does get to here, why does it do that funkiness? There is something not right here, and I think it might be in that one. Right, we'll do it from there. Please don't go weird. Okay, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Now, for some reason, it's dropped down and popped back up. Does the land get taller here? It kind of does. It kind of does. So, let me... Whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know if there's... Undo that there. If there's a way for me to kind of... mess about here. Maybe smoothing... Oh, no, I'm going too far here, aren't I? Maybe smoothing this all out down to there. But it does seem fairly high, doesn't it? Same thing over here as well. I don't think I've realised the heights and all of this. But smoothing all that out anyway kind of keeps us to the higher elevation. And without doing anything additional right now, we're going to start seeing them utilising this. So it is a benefit to some degree to some of them. But not truly the benefit that it could be if I don't link up this road to a connection there. So it's quite interesting because we have a trumpet there. Whoa, you see that lightning? That lightning was pretty cool. And then we could have a trumpet over here for the both ends. Connection there, and we got some awkwardness going on elsewhere as well. So that could work out fairly well. But I don't want it to... I don't think I want to do it straight down because that kind of defeats the purpose. I might do a slight little bend down and in. So if I go back to, say, here, then begin the bend, and then just pick a spot in which I want to work with. I might even build the trumpet over the water. See, that's cool. That's cool. So, with that said then, where do I pick the point for the trumpet? That there's a little bit funky. I'll fix that in just a moment. So if I went here and then did a... come off by 20, so just give me a little bit of space to work with. I want to try and wiggle these all together. So here comes a connection right now, which is going to be interesting. So I don't want it too crazy, but I also want to be able to work with it a bit more. See, that will work. That will work. Smoothing it out. So it gives us lots of freedom with space either side to play around with, and it will create some unique areas in shapes and sizes. I like the idea of it. Also, with the big bend round as well, it kind of extends the length of the road in an artificial way to not think that this is always a short route, always go this way to cause mass traffic. I might even need to put a roundabout there and here as well, and that 4-lane road can stick out to kind of just access this area in general. So yeah, right, let's build this little area. So we're going to build another trumpet again, and the weather's really bad in the game, isn't it? And we'll start with our big elevator road here, and we'll make this go above. Now this has got to go above a little bit higher, so I'll go for a 16, and then we'll make this go over by a 22. So 10. Oh, okay, this one's going to be a 23. There we go. And then we'll then go out by another 5, and then we'll pretty much just replicate the bend that I've just done. So it's a 6x6. 6x6. And then how far did I go down before I decided, yep, this is it? I went down by another 6. There we go. There we go. So it's not really over this area, over the water as much as I wanted it to go. So I might just kind of artificially mess around with it. And I could go by a 10 just there to go a 6x6. And then that's a 6 there. But that feels quite square then, doesn't it? It feels quite square. So if I delete all that, and maybe we just go for pure bends. So that to there is a 23. So if I did a 12 by 12. Right, let me delete that. And then we go a 12 by 12. So it's a wider bend, goes over the water exactly how I wanted it to. 12, and then we create our connection. So it's like it's a wider and much bigger variation of what we were previously done. And I think that would be quite cool. So the reason I'm elevating it rather than going under is because I want it to really react and feel like it is an end road. And you can't really access this area. Because if it's on the ground, it feels like I can then do like a slight turn off, and I don't really want it to. Roads may go under, I don't know. But I could just kind of complete this area completely only accessible. Wait, how does that road connect in? Wow. There's an interchange in the mountain. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Right, anywho. Let's sort this all out. So I've pretty much got to do the same again right now. So if I went here, and I'm working with, so going to my bends. Oh, it's not going to really play out very well, is it? Why is this so close? Surely this one wasn't as close, was it? Oh, it's because it was... no, I don't actually know why this one feels so close. Right, 5 by 5. Or did I do a 4 by 4? I can't quite remember what I did. But we connected by a 6. Oh no, actually I can't connect it. I just realised. I got to first move them down so they're central. There we go. There we go. So, flipping you round. Bam. Bam. We'll sort that out momentarily. So, I would have liked to do a 6, but now I'm doing 5s apparently. Right, that's okay. That's okay. Change your plan, everybody. It'll still work out. It will still work out. Right, anyway, flip you around. I'm going to sort out the alignments. Right, bam to bam first. Bam to bam next. Bam to bam. Well, bam. Right, that's a lot more glorious. Now, technically, they could use that. They're free to skedoodle along this as they like. We're going to quickly sort out the line management. Or the lane dictation. Oh, no, actually, no, they can't use it because the road's not connected. Zodiac, you fool. Now, this, we'll raise this to a 10. Okay, and then we'll bring this down to an 8 by 8 by 8. And we're going to bring all this in. So I feel like it might be better to elevate this road here. Because that's got to, this top road's got to come down because it's slightly above to go across, which now realizing. Oh, these highways are 2 different heights. There's a lot of vehicles using it as well, isn't there? I'm realizing a lot of stuff right now. Right. We'll upgrade you to there. And that's where we'll start the elevation change. So, actually, let me sort this road out first, because it is a bit awkward. It is going to be a little bit awkward. So, if I come off of there, 10 by 10, bend in. Ugh. Connection tool, please. Right, there we go. Better. There we go. Looks 10 times better. Right. So this lane, we'll throw these in next then. Might as well get these done. So we'll do 6s. Breaking all the rules again. All the rules. Flip you round. Because that's the turn off. And then bend you in. Very good, very good. And upgrade you to a single lane road. Nice. Anyway, I need to sort out the heights, don't I? So to there, these are the same heights. We get to here, and it just decides it wants to go screw off. So to here, bam. There we get to here, and then where's looking the same height about here. So it's actually raised it a lot more than it needed to be in the first place, but they're now relatively the same height, which doesn't really bode well for me here. So if I raise you up to a height I like, nice, and then sort this all out, a higher gradient. Yeah, right, okay. So if I get you to now and toggle it to be the object height of, for example, here, and then we'll just kind of connect it all to it. So we're going to go for the long approach again. Oh dear God. How did I do it over there? Oh, it's because it was spaced out because of how the lane works. Right. Delete, 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 delete. Bend one and bend this one. It would work if they were bent the opposite way. Yeah, it's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. So what I could have done is maybe did like this. Right, I'm overcomplicating this. I'm clearly overcomplicating this. And now I've completely messed this up. 8 by 8. Is that now right? Now it's right. So how did I do on the 4-lane road over here? Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Yeah, so that went straight in. And then, again, we're going for the longer approach. Right. Oh, I feel so silly. I feel so stupid. Right, okay. Right, okay. Line, levels, alignment, whatever you want to call it. So a nice gradual incline. There to there. There down to here. Ha to ha. Right, there we go. So, I don't know why that was so complicated. It didn't need to be, but it's done. Now, because it's a 4-lane road, it will throw a traffic light system on there. Gotta get rid. And then we just gotta sort out all the lane stuff. Just on this one alone anyway. Now, I don't know whether this is going to play ball from the get-go. No, we got to do it manually. So that's to go straight on. That's to turn. And because of the nature of this junction, they will slow down. So you got to allow them to kind of free flow through it. So you've got to throw on the junction the ability to the vehicles to flow through. And if I now press play, and I don't know how far to actually take that road as a natural bridge. But for now, that would do, right? That would do for now. So I wonder how many people actually use it without anything over here. How many of them will actually start using it? But more connections to the highway, the better for us. More connections, the better. That's what I like to see. So we'll just give it time and see what kind of traffic gets utilized on that. But those beautiful trumpets are now all in place. Right, how is this water flow anyway then? Is this well, it is. I believe this is what it's going to be. So I feel like we should maybe implement the other one over here. Now, it kind of ends there. I kind of felt like it was going to have to go up here, but it means the water would then go down here. But it would maybe trickle down there, here, and then down this bit. But I don't think the landscaping was meant to do... Oh, actually, I think it might. No, okay. So if I bring the brush size down, to get over what would be considered this hump is a 115. This is a 49. So the water would go down this way. And then fill up this little basin here, which is not what I want it to do. So I could take that 115 and make it then a 130 just to be on the safe side. And then just kind of create this little bit of a wall. I've got an idea that I want to try and attempt. So if I just pause, and then we'll smoothen this out. And get it to look like natural, like it's a part of it. So that there And we'll double check it one more time. So the middle point there, 108. So here's me hoping it will go down to there. So maybe we kind of like brush this slightly off. No, it's going the opposite way, isn't it? So this, I have to naturally do this myself. So that becomes there then. A 110. Here. Is it? So that's still higher. Yo. 109. So I might make this a little bit bigger again. Don't really know how big to go. Might as well just commit to it and going quite big. So we can always raise it up. Because you won't notice it when there's water all in it. You won't notice it. And just raise up around here. Just bulk all this up as it's a part of the mountainscape. Smoothing it all off slightly. And then do what we can here to make it look like it's an actual plateau. Maybe... There we go. So it doesn't look too much like a plateau. So what we'll seep down here, it might go that direction. But then again, with the way that this then it'll fill up here, but it'll drop down there. So that line there is a 89. Here's a 120, 110, 99. So that's an 89 there. So it should fill up to there and then seep down into there. Right, that's good. And again, this is all based on if I'm filling it. I've got to elevate that a bit more. Filling it from here. So, water source. And reduce the capacity right down. Bring that just to there. Which that looks incredibly high. But as it goes downhill, we should be okay. Now, I'm hoping... Undo, smoothen. Alright, smoothing that off. That we can somewhat manipulate it to go into that little bit there. So there'll be a lot of water that kind of spills out, but as it trickles down, we should be okay. It's just kind of seeing what it does and what its natural behavior is. But once I got all these water flow through, I might dam some of the areas off to try and generate some electricity. But this will be the one. It's a case of I've either got too much or not enough. And I'm hoping it's just enough that it kind of go down here without flooding the highway. Because that's always starting to go downhill. Depends on how much flow there's going to be. I feel like we've got way too much water here. I'm going to bring it to there. And see what that does. So it'll take a while anyway before to see it all fill up. And I'm hoping it just trickles down and goes down into that little section as well. I like how we can have these waters flowing everywhere in this city. It's really good. So I've built all of this then. And what, is no one using it? Oh, okay, we got one vehicle on the way. That's good, though. That's really good to see that. And you might be thinking, well, why, Seniac? Well, it means that we have this completely free junction. So when we build all around here, the traffic there is not fighting with through traffic. That's perfect. And you'll probably find because the road limit, the speed limit is slower on this road, so they'll go elsewhere because it's faster on the long run. That's what you'll probably find. But that's pretty cool. I'm impressed already. So where's that? Where's the... There we go. So it's now not going to go over this because of how much is now flowing down here. So we raise it ever so slightly until we can get enough to kind of slip over the lip. And I'm not sure how much that limit is going to be. But it's all about fine-tuning it. That's what it is. It's all about fine-tuning. and just get in the right levels so we can create these things. That will slowly slip over, but it's not enough. Maybe where we had it originally was perfect. You just had to give it a little bit of time for the velocity to kind of escape. Maybe. One or two more vehicles using this road as well. Very good, sir. Very good. Right, where's my hotels? I want to manage my hotels right now and see what we... Okay, we're losing quite a bit of money from the hotels. So this city hotel is completely filled up. This one over here is not so much. And it's losing out because we don't have any business or shoppers nearby. Now, luckily for us, we can place down some shoppers. And we'll also place down as well some offices. And we'll fill the offices up to here. Because now we're starting to get demands a little bit. We can now slowly start to grow it. So you're hoping that we service or fill the shoppers and the offices demands. And then if you do fill it, you then start to get a little bit more income coming in. We have to keep checking back though until all these buildings are built. So business is slowly coming in. Shopping numbers are going up. So our income's going a little bit higher. We might go to 1,000 in a minute, which we are. And we'll spend all these demands just on this little area in general. But we're getting a couple of offices coming in. More shops being built. And if we can break even, that would be great. The profit is on the way to breaking even. Oh, we're about to turn a profit on this hotel. There we go. Turn a profit. Genius. So the conference one, which is just away over here. So they need a lot of business in this area. Okay. So we'll fill up the entirety of the around the whatchamacallit, the metro stop. Now I don't think I've got the demand to even get the offices in that area. So we'll give those a moment. That's now making $2,000 profit. So it's making a loss of $2,000. It now makes $2,000 profit. That's really good to see. So this one over here then. We'll wait for these to build and hopefully these are within the radius for it. Which we've got 1. So it's making a loss of $2,500. Making a loss of $2,500. I'm not sure if that's too far away for it though. It could well be. We need to build up here a little. Okay, there's one coming in. So that demand that we've got, it is starting to slowly come back a little bit, but we truly do not have it to fill it up. So let's see what we get out of these two here being built. Because I don't want to make a loss on my hotels. It means I'm not making any money. Right, the scaffolding's almost gone. It's been built. Still says 1. It still says 1. Oh, there we go, 10. So it's gone to 10. So what does 10 add to it? 15 it's at right now. So it's starting to make more money. Wow, it took a huge chunk off the profit there. That's going to break even in just a moment as well, isn't it? So upgrades coming in, which is perfect. More being built right now. Right, we'll come back to that in just a second and we should see that that hotel makes profit. So this one's doing alright, isn't it? Does it max out everything? Yeah, everything's all maxed out, so it's making maximum monies. The other hotel that we have is 65% popularity, and what's that missing out on? Also, the same thing again. Offices. So we'll throw a load in just here. They are traffic-free buildings, so that's glorious. You don't mind them putting them on, you don't mind putting them on busy roads. So we're about to break even with this hotel. There we go. And we've still got more zoning to build anyway, so that number should kind of reach its maximum as well. And now we're up to $1,000. So each of my hotels right now are making profit. Let's go. Let's go, boys. So I've just managed to turn a huge industry loss into a huge industry profit. $5,000 a week in profit. That number should also continue to rise. Because that's just gone up again, which means we'll get even more money coming in. We could push in 10 grand in income alone, let alone the profit. 6 grand a week for our hotel business. These are starting to grow now, so that'll kind of add on to these hotels. Right, very happy. Very happy, very happy, very happy. So the huge amount of vehicles tearing down this highway right now is less vehicles going through the city or even going the long way round. So it just alleviates a lot of pressures and traffics in general right now. We have huge amounts of cargo coming in, all wanting to go to this cargo hub over here. I have vast amounts. I'm not sure where they're all going right now. I'm not sure what we're technically importing. I'm saving this warehouse here for the unique products. No idea what we're technically importing, but we just seem to have a huge backlog of boats. So, quite interesting, to say the least. Quite interesting to say the least. Right now we've got a backlog of trains coming in and out. Maybe because it's a quicker route than taking it by train in general. Do my 2 train lines crisscross one another? Oh, I don't think they do. So you know you boys got train lines? This one goes down here and goes out. This one comes down here and goes through. My 2 train lines don't crisscross one another. That's why we're seeing such a huge... This is the connection between the 2 train lines. Boats. No wonder we've got big issues. Right. Next episode, guys, your boy needs to build a bridge. A bridge so big. It could... I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll try and figure it out on how we can bridge the connection of our train lines, because I can't rely on boats. It's not efficient. It's not efficient right now for how I want it to work. So next episode, guys, we're going to be adding to our train connection. This is going to be quite fun. So until next time, let's take one quick look at our hotels. 10 grand in profit. We're making a loss. Now it's 10 grand in profit. I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.